busting. Giving a shout out right now to SPR, Sparta Low, y'all already know what it is. Sauce and air.
Just call me a donkey. Not donkey. Honky, you right gringo, warm pie me macaroni.
Neighborhood Net Hustling. Big shout out to SPR, Sparta Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Black box under construction. We off cam for a couple more days. I know I don't put these out in order, so you might hear this announcement later and the construction is over. But anyway, 1090 Jake exposed. Byron Blake still on his mission. What they talking about? King Brizzy. Let me see. Hold on real quick. Get an idea what we checking out. 1090 Jake exposed. King Brizzy reveals Jake fabricated Gangsta image to appear Gangsta himself. So with no further ado, let's see what Brother Blake says Jake the fake snake has been up to.
On today's episode of 1090 Jake Exposed, we're going to take a deeper look into my conversation with Breezy. I know a lot of y'all probably caught it live, but if you didn't, I will have a clip that I'll be playing in this video for you. Now, the reason I want to go back over this conversation is because I know a lot of my audience hasn't been to prison. A lot of y'all don't really understand how things work and how things are viewed on both the inside and outside to people who have been. So I want to go back over the beginning of the relationship between Breezy and Jake, just to demonstrate to you all how deeply Jake goes into character, so you can see that it's all just a character. Jake is what we would consider in the hood a mascot. He's a person who's not actually involved, but you know, he tells the story, and so he has to, you know, pretend.
I can't even picture him really in no real hood being involved at all.
And that he was deeply involved in order to make the story hit. And we know this already, but after hearing Breezy talk, it makes you look at things a little different. Now I'm gonna play this clip for y'all of me and Breezy's conversation.
Were you actually like on the compound at the same time that Jake was?
Bro, I don't even think I ever seen this dude, bro. I like, look, bro, look.
That's a interesting headdress piece that he has on.
Thing with Jake, the nigga hit me up.
Yeah.
I never known who Jake was. I never heard of this guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Never like, and I ain't even saying that on no sour shit. It just I don't know who bro was. You feel me?
Yeah.
So then
He
when
was
I was
just sitting in jail one day and got a kite.
and he wrote me saying, "Hey, bro, you got a story I want to talk about. I know you was the legend in Jit Camp. I know you was this and that."
You got to be kidding. I'm gonna take a time to say this. If you want your thumbnails to look like mine, you trying to increase your overall presence in this space, hit up Naydo Everything at Naydo Everything gmail.com. She can help tighten you up. And somebody told me Odium Slim said, what'd he say? Damn, let me run this back to see what triggered the thought. Hold on.
Dude, bro.
Oh yeah, they said Odium Slim said I told Chinaman to tell a story about me in jail. If I did, what actually happened was Cuz asked me, did I mind if he told the story? And I told him, hell no, I don't mind. I mean, I don't know what, that was a queerdo statement, something to even mention. I haven't heard him say it, but somebody told me he said it. I don't know what the Cuz thinking about. Why he mad? Get your panties out of bunch.
I like, look, bro, look. The thing with Jake, the nigga hit me up.
Yeah.
I never known who Jake was. I never heard of this guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Never like, and I ain't even saying that on no sour shit. It just I don't know who bro was. You feel me?
Yeah.
So then
He
when
was
I was
just sitting in jail one day and got a kite.
and he wrote me saying, "Hey, bro, you got a story I want to talk about. I know you was a legend in Jit Camp. I know you was this, and that. Let me make a story about you. So me, as a nigga that's inside, who nobody's hearing my voice, of course, bro, do it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So that's how that went. You feel me?
When you take into account the fact that, like Breezy said, he never met Jake, he never heard of him. This is just a guy who is reaching out to you saying, hey, I heard about you. I think you got a really good story. It would.
That's crazy. Why he couldn't just say that? Like, right? It's a great idea. LA cracking. I don't know everybody cracking in LA, but for me to have the idea that I want to tell stories of the cracking people, it's okay for me to know of them and not know them. I would not come in front of y'all and say, oh, y'all heard of Whoopty Whoop? Yeah, that's my people. I interviewed them yesterday. We go way back. I say, nah, y'all know Whoopty Whoop? Yeah, I heard about him too, man. I always was interested in meeting that dude. I finally got a chance. I interviewed him. It'll be up soon. I don't get it. Just keep it to Google.
You know, it'll turn you up, bro. He know that he's singing all of that, so I'm pretty sure he was telling them like, hey, you know, this'll turn you up, help you push your music and all of that. But at the least, hey, I heard about you. You got a really good story. It's a really, you know, captivating story. I have a big platform. I'm doing this many subscribers. I'm doing this many views. I would love to tell your story on my platform. Of course, like Breezy said, he's gonna say, you know, do it. But you also have to look at how Jake presents it. And this is because Jake has built this reputation for himself as being a very credible person when it comes to paperwork, when it comes to fact checking and presenting those facts.
Reputation in the YouTube streets, not in the actual streets.
So now that we know that Breezy did not know Jake at all at the time of Jake deciding to tell Breezy's story, never even heard of him, I want you all to look at the actual character that Jake went into as he prepared to tell us Breezy's story.
I had to put on my black and my gold for this video specifically because I'm gonna be introducing y'all to King Breezy. Now, if you was at Lancaster.
Now, what do that got to do with putting on black and gold? I put on an EC t-shirt because I was doing a video about a nigga from A-Trade speaking on the ECs, and that seemed to irritate him. But what was your motivation, Jake, to throw on the black and gold? I don't get it.
When I was at Lancaster, there's no fucking way you ain't hear about Breezy, period. I don't care what gang you was in, what affiliation you had, you heard about bro, because bro is making the compound shake.
If you were unaware of the fact that Jake and Breezy did not know each other, just off how convincing Jake comes off in that clip, you would swear that he's talking about somebody that he's willing to put his life on the line for. You would think that he knows Breezy like the back of his hand because the body language that he's giving. Like, you see how he come, I had to put my black and gold on for this one. And yeah,
Yeah, what do the black and gold mean?
You was there when I was there and you ain't hear about bro. Man, bro was making it shake. You see how he's like coming off really like a tough guy. Image, gangbanger. It's cosplay. And that's the purpose of this video, to show y'all just like that. It's that easy to point out that what we see from Jake in these videos is cosplay. It's a script. He literally went and embodied what he felt like was the type of person he should be to talk about Breezy. Yeah, I had to put my black and gold. I had to put my costume on for this one. You see what I'm saying? And now he talking. You hear how he talks in that clip compared to how he talks when he's sitting in front of Vlad or somebody. And I know some of y'all gonna contribute it to growth, but y'all notice how I'm talking like this right now. Even though this ain't how I normally talk all day, every day, but I know how to present myself, you know? So in Jake's case, he wasn't presenting himself as a professional speaker like I would, consider to be presenting myself right now. He's presenting himself as a real street dude talking about a real street dude. It's all cosplay. And this shows you how he mastered it. This shows you how Jake was able to really capture everybody by pretending. By pretending. And the craziest part about this is Jake would later take to the internet and try to destroy Breezy's reputation by saying, man, he ain't solid. He told. And you expect us to believe that you didn't do your research before you did this video? If that was the case, let's say you didn't research him completely before you did this video, then that means you're not as credible as you portray yourself to be, right? If you actually took the time out to put on black and gold and do all of this stuff, put on a skull cap. I don't think I ever saw you with a skull cap on. Like, he really tried to, he turned into a little Joker, baby Joker, But if you went that far to convince us that this was like, it's almost like writing a book to Jake. And he went that far to convince us about this character that he's presenting to us. And the whole time you telling us you didn't even do no homework on him? That's not credible at all. That's somebody who just running with the narrative. So it makes you question all of these other stories that he has told us.
Is Jake still doing this type of content since he got baptized? I wonder, what's the follow-up? What's the update on his content since his baptism? I'm curious.
How much research did he really do on these guys? Or did he manipulate the story to make it sound a certain way so that he could capture people with it? You see what I'm saying? Like, did he take a real life story and turn it into like a urban novel type of thing, where he took real characters and people in real situations and just twisted it up, added a little bit of spice to it? Y'all know how he like to tell all these stories, and we like, man, that don't really sound right, or sound like he talking about himself. Maybe these are self-experiences, and maybe he just making it up completely. But in any case, if you didn't do the homework on Breezy like you should have before you decided to tell us that he was the guy who was running everything and putting in all the work, there's no way we never heard about him, then that makes you vouch for this. You vouch for this. And I really feel like when it hit the fan, you knew it already, so you was just like, hey, whatever. That's why you was just so willing to toss him aside, because you were already aware of this. You had already planned that if it ever hit the fan, I'ma just do this. On the flip side of that, if you did actually see this and decided to ignore it or pretend you didn't see it for the sake of telling us this story, then it takes us back to none of what you doing is real. It takes us back to you saying you only do the paperwork thing for money. It's like I told y'all, he ran out of prison stories. He started off telling us all of these crazy stories, but the more he tells a story, it gets twisted. So he got to find somebody else's story to tell. And that's where he starts introducing us to Quay and Rambo and Breezy. All of these different types of guys, because he runs out, and it makes you wonder, like, why did you go so far if your goal was to really reach the youth and really, because that's how he said he started. He said he started out just trying to reach the youth and put out a positive message.
That's hella cap.
Tell the story, put out a positive message at the end. If that was your goal, why would you leave out certain events? Or why would you add on to the stories to make these people appear tougher, more gangster. It's almost like you were telling them, hey, I'll build up an image for you in exchange for you letting me tell your story. But why did you choose that specific image? Now, according to Breezy, he didn't even know the details of the story that Jake was going to tell. He didn't know how Jake was going to put
He
it out.
told a whole story about you. He took the video down. I don't know if you ever saw it personally, but he told.
You talking about the first story when
Yeah.
when I got arrested on the MTAR shit?
Yeah. He told, and if you went and read all of that paperwork, then you went through all of the paperwork.
Yeah, and I ain't even know his ass was gonna do all that on the first.
Yeah.
He scared me so tired. I was just looking at that video. Hey, what the fuck? This nigga snap. Man, this nigga just snap. Yeah.
So Jake is saying, hey, you a legend in Jig Camp. I want to tell your story. And Breezy probably thinking he gonna talk about, you know, how he was on the inside and some stuff like that. But instead, Jake goes to a serious charge and basically breaks it all down and tries to make us believe that Breezy is the person who might have done this and just got away with it. Also, he can build up his own reputation as somebody who is actually tied to these types of people. See how far he goes to be credible? That's what this video is about. This video is for those of y'all that been here since the beginning of 1090 Jake Exposed and realize how far we are into this now, y'all get it. But for those of you who don't, we passed the point of exposing Jake for snitching. And now we just going over all of the different occasions where he has manipulated the audience so he can.
Yeah, pretty much overkill at this point, beating on a dead horse. But keep it up. I'm enjoying it.
Manipulate the algorithm. And here we have a prime example of it. You reach out to this guy, you really preying on these guys' ignorance. You know they don't know much about technology. They don't have a way of actually seeing the videos that you putting out. You know, being able to go over them and approve them before you put them out. So you get his permission to tell his story without giving him the details of what you're gonna tell. And then you come out here and make this dramatic storyline. You go into full character, put on a costume, even change up the way you talk. But instead of staying on the path of saying, hey, this is just a character, you get so deeply entrenched in trying to pretend that you are really this type of person. It's almost like he adopted Breezy's personality. And so what does he do in exchange what does he do when it's time to, bump heads with Breezy? He pull out the ace. He got an ace in the hole. Let me drop this real quick. Let me show them that Breezy not even realer than me, because Breezy got this on him. I believe Jake had that knowledge the whole time.
Of course he did, but since Breezy ain't feeling him, he gonna double cross him. 1090 Jake the fake snake ain't shit.
There's no way you went over this case and these other cases and didn't look into that. Because you were, like I said in the video, you were looking for facts to help validate your story. So you had to go through everything, or you not credible. Which one is it? You making up stories to tell us? And a lot of what made Jake who he is in this genre is because people felt like it was authentic. He told us, my stories are all real. This is shit that I really lived. This is shit that I really seen. He had us thinking this is all real life, but in reality, you probably never saw Breezy on the compound before. Who's to say that any of the stories that he told us were even true about Breezy on the inside? He probably just made that up to bolster the character that he was trying to present to us. You know how a person like I say, they get a little bit of facts and then they put a bunch of fiction around it, and it's easy to pass off as reality. On that tip though, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Stay tuned. We got more clips on the way. This just a warm up. I just had to bring this to y'all, man, because this is very revealing. Because we see him changing character now. If you watch his recent Vlad TV interviews, he is in a different character now. And that proves what we've been saying all along, which is that Jake changes his character based on who he's around, just to fit in. It's all about fitting in. This whole paperwork exposing snitches and I'm a real blood, it's all a fake image. It's a costume. But I got more on the way. So like I say, stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like button for me before you get up out of here. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff. It's your boy Byron Blake. I'm out.
Play no games, we get cracking. We ball. We be shooting and passing, nigga. We stand tall like what's happening, nigga. We don't never do no lacking, nigga. What's happening, nigga? Active. Don't play no games, we get cracking. We ball. We be shooting and passing, nigga. We stand tall like what's happening, nigga. We don't never do no lacking, nigga. What's happening, nigga? It ain't no I in the word team, we got us. It ain't too much, but I promise it's gonna be enough. Knock 'em down like duck hunt. Niggas know what time we on, or you a fly ass nigga? Well, it's the no fly zone. I used to care about that bitch until she did me wrong. Ain't had a nigga like me, bitch. I was your backbone. A gang of bitches in my contacts, I'm back on. Mafia alone, Mafia strong. I put the max on, we still steppin'. Mafia little, all the troops, and we still reppin'. Nigga, blame it on my roots, no question. So if you need me, I'ma pull through. And if I had to call the game, the niggas pulling up too. Riders like Infant G and Tiny MD. Big Dub, Tiny Dub, and can't forget Big G. Baby G, Big Slim, always chunkin', Big M's. Lil Mac down my bro, can't forget about him. Active, don't play no games, we get cracking. We ball, we be shooting and passing, nigga. We stand tall like what's happening, nigga. We don't never do no lacking, nigga. What's happening, nigga? Active, don't play no games, we get cracking. We ball, we be shooting and passing, nigga. We stand tall like what's happening, nigga. We don't never do no lacking, nigga. What's happening? I'm a man of my word, ain't going back and forth with none of you nerds. Been on them blocks, hanging out on them curbs. This shit ain't new to me. Bang like Shaq in the paint. What they gonna do with me? These niggas try their hardest to rap. I do this shit with ease, raised by G's, like Rooster and Uncle Freeze. I was like 15, shooting dice on my knees off the porch. Hanging with bangers, fuck playing sports. But shit, we full court pressing. Get him off the court, stand up nigga. Squabble in, I blam triggers. Gotta prove shit to none of you niggas on my soul. I'm hands on. The homies whipped him, he was in the wrong. Shoot at us, we shoot back. I call that ping pong. Mafia strong, I can't tell you when this shit gon' end. But for the moment in time being, I'm all in, shoot 10. The homies know I'm down to hang with him, bang with him, and ain't gon' change. I'm that same nigga. Active, don't play no games, we get cracking. We ball. We be shooting and passing, nigga. We stand tall like what's happening, nigga. We don't never do no lacking, nigga. What's happening, nigga? Active, don't play no games, we get cracking. We ball, we be shooting and passing, nigga. We stand tall like what's happening, nigga. We don't never do no lacking, nigga. What's happening, nigga? Yeah, that, active, nigga. Free Tiny Max, yeah, that. Double M gang. A to the A to the A. Yeah, that.
Neighborhood and Impossible. Giving a shout out right now to SPR in the streets, my niggas, Spot Low, y'all already know what it is. Schwarzenegger.
We had a case where we had an African-American guy who was a fan of mine. Great fan, great guy. In fact, I want to find out what's going on with him. You know what look at my African-American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest?
Neighborhood and Impossible. Big shout out to SPR, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.